Freeport. They beat Pine Bluff, which is traditionally a very strong Arkansas program, Jim. They beat Carroll 22-6, beat Washington 20-12.
Of West Monroe High School, home of the Louisiana Class 5A, two-time defending state champion West Monroe Rebels. Tonight, the Rebels take on the Tigers from Neville High School. The Neville record is 5-0. Their head coach is Joe Coates. The Rebels are 5-0, ranked number 1 in the state of Louisiana. Their head coach is Don Childs. It's Friday night. You're in Rebel Stadium. Are you ready for football? Here come your Rebels.
Blue jerseys, blue pants, blue helmets with white numerals and red and white trim. In contrast, the Neville Tigers wear all white uniforms with the black and gold trim. They wear white jerseys and white pants, and they'll wear the traditional black Neville helmets. This game tonight is visiting team here at Rebel Stadium. Opening District 2 5A game of the year. Also, of course, Ruston and Ouachita squaring off in a big district game as well tonight.
Two important games in 2 5A tonight. As you mentioned, of course, we have the big one, in our opinion, here tonight at Rebel Stadium. But the Ouachita-Ruston game ought to be a dandy game, and we'll try to keep you up to date with that score throughout tonight's contest.
Okay, let's send to the sidelines again. Check in with Bill Norris and his keys to the game for the Rebels tonight. Bill?
Thanks, Frank and Jim. And, of course, the excitement here is at almost a fever pitch as Mark Finn is enjoying his new toy up there, the new sound system as he played the introduction for the Rebels to come in. Let's talk about the keys to the game. What Neville, as you guys have already alluded to and most people already know, run a similar offense to West Monroe. A very opportunistic offense. They like to throw the ball when they want to throw the ball, not when they have to. And Pardue has had a fairly good season so far this year. There's not a lot of outstanding names at running back. A lot of kids contribute on that football team. But Neville will have to control the line of scrimmage both on the offensive side and the defensive side, I believe, and I think they're going to have to get the ball to their big tight end, Cameron Glenn, in order to be successful tonight. For West Monroe, another injury. I don't know if you guys talked about it. I've been hardly able to hear a thing down here, but Marcus Turner had a hamstring pull on Wednesday of this week, and I see him out there dressed as he kind of limped out on the field, and we understand that he's going to play, and as Coach Chow said today, if it's not sticking out of the skin, they're going to probably play, and I think that's probably the way these young men feel for West Monroe High School. Turner is a key, in my opinion, to the West Monroe offense. As the folks will remember last week, if they watched the replay on television, he made some outstanding pass receptions for this football team and has done some key things all year long. Marcus Turner could be big. Of course, Britton needs to run the ball well. The offensive line needs to have the kind of game that they had last week against John Tyler. I really don't think this Neville offense will be able to take it and move it against the Rebel defense like they have. But, hey, we'll see. And enjoy the game and enjoy calling it.
Okay, thank you, Bill. And we'll be, of course, getting reports from Bill throughout the game from the sidelines of Rebel Stadium, which incidentally looks very nice. They always do such a great job in preparing the field and keeping it underway. Well, Jim, toss of the coin?
They tell us that West Monroe won the toss of the coin and elected to defer, so they will be kicking off to start the first half of play.
So the Rebels will go on defense first, and of course that may not be a bad idea for this game as they take on the traditional rival Neville Tigers. The Rebels, last time they lost a District 2 5A game, incidentally, was to Neville, and that was back in 1995.
And that was a pretty good football game, too. And I just saw one of your former neighbors, Bobby Loudon. And Bobby, of course, played in the 1990 season And he caught a touchdown. I don't know if you remember that, right at the end of the football game to tie the score and send it into overtime. West Monroe eventually lost in double overtime, but it's good to see Bobby.
Battle will never be forgotten. Tonight, our invocation will be prayed by Mo Seneca, youth pastor of First Assembly of God in West Monroe, followed by the national anthem by the Rebel Band.
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this beautiful evening to play this great sport of football. Lord, I pray a blessing over both schools. God, I pray a blessing over each athlete, Lord, that this be a hard-fought, well-played game in the spirit of sportsmanship. God, I thank you for this wonderful Savior that you sent to this earth, Jesus Christ. Bless each team as we fight on the field of battle. In your holy name I pray. Amen.
That all fans act responsibly.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Rebel Stadium. We're just about ready to get this thing kicked off. As Jim told you before we broke for that commercial, the Rebels won the toss and elected to take the second half option.
We would also like to remind you that Rebel Stadium is a goal-free area. Your cooperation is appreciated.
Rebels would prefer it to be.
Well, that's what they want to do. They want that great Rebel defense to put the Rebel offense in good field position, maybe create some type of turnover or shut down the Neville offense and create the punt and give them good field position. And that's really been a big success for them this season as well as last season.
Rebels will tee it up on the East 40. Dropping back as a deep man for the Neville Tigers, Severa Doyle to return this kickoff. And for West Monroe, Alex Ayerda will kick it off. He's done a great job handling the kicking chores since winning him. And here's the kickoff, and the District 2 5A season is underway. To be taken by Doyle back around the 8, returning across the 10-15. He is knocked down about the 18-yard line. The Rebels with good coverage on the kickoff team, and Robbie Barnes with an arm out to trip him up. And the Neville Tigers will take it first down and 10. They're going to put it down to the 19-yard line. So at the Neville 19, they'll have it first down and 10 yards to go as we get this game underway. Wait a minute, they put it on the 20, so call it the 20-yard line.
A little opposition, too. Some of the Rebel fans who thought the ball should have been spotted back at about the 17 or the 18-yard line. But once again, good coverage by that Rebel kickoff team.
Quarterback for the Neville Tigers is Vince Pardue. He's a senior. He's been a 2-year starter. Does a fine job directing the attack for the Tigers. Pardue, first down and 10 for the Tigers, their own 20. Takes that ball and gives it off inside, and maybe a yard or so, and that's all. Inside is James Scalia, hit down right along the 21 or 22-yard line by Jason Ledoux. The linebacker leading the charge for West Monroe. They put the ball down. It'll be maybe near the 22-yard line. Call it 2. Second down, about 8 yards to go for the Neville Tigers.
The defensive secondary for West Monroe, you've got Freeman playing one corner, and you've got Jay Alls, Frank, playing the other corner position. Jess Hill still a little sore after injuring his ankle a couple of weeks ago, and so he's dressed out, but we don't know how much he will play tonight.
One back behind quarterback Vince Pardue is James Scalia. Second down, 8 for the Tigers. Quick drop by Pardue. He passes far side, has the man across the 30, and a hard hit at the 32-yard line. Drops Severa Doyle. Corey Brazil makes the tackle, but Doyle receiving the pass from Vince Pardue. And the Tigers across the 30 at their own 32-yard line have registered the first down of the game. And they did it on the pass to Severa Doyle, the junior wide receiver, 10 yards.
Frank, that's something Neville does when they pass the ball. They throw the quick stance and the quick out. So look for the passing game for Neville. You won't see it often, but when you do see it, it'll be a short, crisp route.
Darius Burks and James Scalia, the two running backs behind Pardue. First down and 10, the Tigers are on 32. Pitch it out to Doyle, sweeping to the right side. A flag is down, and Doyle is too as he is knocked down at the 33-yard line. Very little, if anything, for Doyle. He had set as a wing, Jim, on the left side that time, but came back toward the formation and got the pitch. Ray Thomas made the tackle, and the penalty indication is against Neville. Tredell Williams also off the bottom of that pile, but the Tigers are backing up. Looks like it's going to be a holding call or illegal block against Neville.
Illegal block looked like a chop block. They cut one of the Rebel defenders, and the referee saw it, threw the flag, and that's going to put the Tigers back in a pretty deep hole inside the 20.
Indeed, that's the call. It moves it back almost to the 15-yard line of the Neville Tigers. They'll have first down again, but now it's going to be first down and 25 yards to go for Neville.
And Neville not being much of a passing team, this is really going to test their mettle here because they like to run the football primarily, but you've got to figure you're going to have to throw the football against this Rebel defense when you've got to pick up 25 or 30 yards for a first down.
Actually, it's first and 27. That penalty assessed from the point of the foul. Here's Pardue with a split backfield behind him, and now flags go down before the snap of the football. Ryan West came across on the far side. Let's see if he is offsides or was he drawn. No, it's going against the Rebels. 5-yard step off against West Monroe, so they come back the other way, put it down on the 20-yard line of Neville, and now it's first down and 22 yards to go for the Neville Tigers. They were penalized, what netted 17 yards on that first play, 15 yards from the point of the foul for the illegal block, and then the Rebels penalized 5. So it's first down and 22 for Neville at their own 20.
And that's a good way to start picking up some of the yardage, getting a penalty call against West Monroe.
Here's Vince Pardue, split backfield, hands it straight ahead. No, he fakes the football. No, he gives it straight ahead and knocked down about the 24. 4 yards straight ahead for the Tigers. Darius Burks got on the dive that time. Trey Thomason squeezing in from the defensive end position, made the tackle for the Rebels. And it'll be second down and about 18 yards to go for Neville. The ball resting on the Neville Tiger 24-yard line.
Chad Pilcher in at safety. He's replacing Shane Martin, Corey Brazil, the other safety, and now Jess Hill playing the right cornerback position in place of Jay Alls. But a good job that time by Pardue of carrying out the fake because he takes some of those Rebel defenders with him even after he hands off the football.
Sophomore wide receiver Landon Hughes goes right. Back to pass. Pardue goes for Doyle. Has him the 30. He's to the 35 and knocked down short of the first down to the 38-yard line. Severa Doyle with his second catch of the game. His 7th of the year. Credell Williams got over there with help from Corey Brazil to make the tackle. And the Tigers have it now out near their own 37-yard line, just beyond the 37. It'll be third down, Jim, and about 5 yards to go for Neville. Second completed pass by Pardue into the hands of Severa Doyle in this drive.
Just a quick post pattern, a little slant by Severa Doyle. And they worked on Chess Hill that time. That was his first play in. And, of course, he's coming off that ankle injury.
Tigers got 14 yards on that play. Third down and 5. Pardue back to throw, looking out of the backfield into the flat. He throws incomplete. Intended for James Scalia coming out of the backfield. Terrence Tarver had drifted over on the coverage for West Monroe as they tried to take it into the flat. Actually, Tarver was applying the pressure. The Rebels had their coverage from the cornerback, and it's fourth down and 5 now for Neville. They have the ball their own 37-yard line. Let's see if they punt it away. I assume they will.
Well, look for them to possibly try and draw West Monroe offsides because an offsides penalty would give them a first down, but it looked like Jason Ledoux had pretty good coverage that time and caused the overthrow by Pardue.
Cameron Glenn is in punt formation for Neville. High snap, but he controls it. Two-man rush. Block! The Rebels block the kick. Scrambling for it, and they have it at the 40-yard line. Rebels recover at the Neville 40-yard line as they block the kick. And Brady James got to him and blocked the kick. The Rebels make the play defensively, and it's first down West Monroe at the Neville 40-yard line.
And, Frank, that's why West Monroe elects to go on defense first, because this Rebel defense creates wonderful opportunities for the offense. And here's a golden opportunity for the Rebel offense right here at their own, at the Tiger 40-yard line.
Marcus Turner is starting as he's wide to the right side as the flanker. Wide left goes David Toller, I backfield behind quarterback Lane Laborde from the Neville 40. Give it inside. Britton has it 1 yard. That's all. Knocked down at the 39-yard line as Britton got the handoff and ran immediately into the defensive linebacker, Casey Osborne, and tackled DeWarge Powers. Rebels get a yard to make it 2nd and 9.
Frank, let me tell you, Nick, I don't know if it was Nick Lavender, but whoever, maybe Orange, who made that tackle, he made a vicious hit on Willis Britton.
Big hit on Willis Britton. 2nd down and 9. The Rebels, the Neville 39-yard line. And again, Britton gets the football, and again he goes straight ahead and goes 2 yards this time. He's down to the 37-yard line of the Tigers with Nick Lavender that time. Lavender, a senior defensive end, squeezing down and making the hit. So the Rebels, Jim, trying Britton, the fullback, on the first 2 plays. Pick up only 3 yards on the 2. It'll be 3rd down and 7.
They'll look for West Monroe to run the option again and look for Lane Laborde to possibly pull it this time for Britton and run the option on wide to the far side.
Britton, the fullback, Robinson, the tailback, and Laborde will fake and keep it himself and be pulled down to the 35. Got a couple of yards running the option. Indeed, he did fake to Britton, but as he tried to keep it himself, defensive end George Wade made the tackle, and the Rebels at the Neville 35-yard line will have 4th down and about 5 yards to go.
And Coach Howes has a decision to make. With 4th and 5, it looks like he may try to go for it. Of course, he may try and draw the Tigers offside. Marcus Turner coming into the ball game, and so that would indicate that they are considering obviously going for it here, but the 25-second clock is running down.
Big play early. 4th down and 5 for the Rebels at the Neville 35-yard line, and now West Monroe asks for timeout. Timeout on the field. We'll be back. This is West Monroe football.
If you play the game, give it all you've got. But play it safe. Glenwood Sports Care, your sports medicine specialists.
Come on, ref. Rebels on 4th down, passing complete for the 1st down, down to the 25, the 20, the 17-yard line. West Monroe. West Monroe coming back early and passing 1st down, Jim, to Marcus Turner, who got it down to the 18-yard line. Came back to play early during the commercial break. And quarterback Lane Laborde dropping back and finding Turner open. And Turner a 1st down for the Rebels at the Neville 18-yard line.
I tell you, what a fantastic play by the West Monroe offense. A good pass by quarterback Lane Laborde.
Lane Laborde putting into the air for the 1st down. Here's a give to Britton, the fullback. He bangs it down to the 15-yard line. Willis Britton 3 yards straight ahead on that play. Hit by DeWarge Powers, the defensive tackle. The Rebels have 2nd down, 7 of the 15. Let's check in quickly with Bill Norris on the Rebels sideline.
Guys, the first time Neville had the football, they threw that, put that man in motion, threw a tall sweep. It almost looked like a play from John Tyler High School.
Here we go. Rebels 2nd down, 7 yards to go. Football to the Neville 15. Rebels, of course, blocked that Neville punt and now have picked up 1 1st down and trying to get the score. Here's a fake by Laborde. No, he gave it off to Robinson. He's at the 10. He breaks a tackle. He's on his feet down to the 7-yard line and out of bounds. There's Kenny Robinson. Good run by Robinson. Casey Osborne finally rolled him out of bounds. The officials are going to put it about the 8-yard line. Jim, a great job by little Kenny Robinson. The Rebels down around the 8 are very near 1st down territory. Let's see where they place that football.
Bill's calling it a 1st down.
I see that he is, and I think he is. He and the referee both. It is a 1st down and goal to go for the Rebels. They have it at the 8-yard line of the Neville Tigers.
Little counter tray that time. That's been the most successful running play for Kenny Robinson.
1st down, goal to go the Rebels. 8-yard line of Neville. Here's Laborde. He'll take it and fake it inside. Fumble! Rebels scrambling for it. I think Laborde recovered the fumble himself down around the 6-yard line. Tried to hand off to Willis Britton. Rebels put it on the ground, but do dodge the bullet and recover the fumble. And Laborde himself, Jim, got upon that loose ball, and in doing so, picked up yardage down to very near the 5-yard line.
Well, very nearly a costly mistake for the Rebels. But a good heads-up play by quarterback Lane Laborde he saw the football on the ground, and he had to run 2 or 3 yards to pounce on it, but pounce on it he did.
Brooks Greer and Marcus Turner wide right. 2nd and goal from the 5. Go the other way. Is LeBord faking, keeping. He is in for the touchdown. Ford takes it down the line, gains left, nobody laid a hand on him, and the Rebels, after blocking the punt, have driven 40 yards to the score.
And that's what you like to see. Your defense comes up with a big play. They block the punt, Brady James, and the offense takes over. The big play, of course, was that 4th down conversion, the big pass play from LeBord to Turner, and the Rebel offense puts West Monroe on top here 6-0.
And let's go to Bill Nars.
A simple freeze option, keying on number 77. No pressure from 77 on the board. Took it all the way in. Nobody touched him until he got across the goal line.
And the extra point, and we'll be back with a score. West Monroe 7, Neville nothing. This is West Monroe football.
Newsflash. The GM strike is over, so everybody's getting in line for 0.9. Now at Ryan Chevrolet, 0.9 on Malibu, Camaro, Cavalier, Lumina, Monte Carlo, S10, Blazer, Astro, and Venture Van. Ryan Chevrolet's 98 clearance. Save big. Get a $750 rebate on all half-ton 98 CK pickups, including the awesome Z71. Drive a 98 extended cab dually now at low $23,495. Ryan Chevrolet, 1101 Oliver Road, Monroe, where everybody's getting in line for 0.9.
Scoring drive covered 40 yards in 8 plays and lasted 3 minutes and 20 seconds.
Alex Ayerna's kickoff going to be taken by Philando Beard. And his knee hit as he caught it, Jim. You're absolutely right. He fielded it at about the 11-yard line, and he did so with a knee on the ground. Neville's going to start very deep in their own territory.
And that's the second time Neville has started deep in their own territory. Last time they had it at their own 20, but that penalty pushed them back inside the 15-yard line, and now they start just outside their own 10. That's what Coach Arledge likes to see. Let's see if the Rebel defense can come up with yet another big play.
First time the Tigers had the ball, they picked up 1 first down. Then trying to punt it away to West Monroe, they had the punt blocked. Here's Neville with senior quarterback Vince Pardue from about the 11-yard line. Takes that ball, gives it straight ahead. No faking and keeping himself, and Pardue is across the 15 and hit hard and dropped at the 16-yard line. Brady James and Michael Freeman. Jim Freeman doing a great job containing and set him up for a hard hit by Brady James.
Did a good job of keeping containment, but Pardue did pick up about 5 yards on the play, so a good positive play for the Neville Tigers. Frank, in the game across the river, Ruston has gone on top 7-0 over the Ouachita Lions. Ruston 7, Ouachita nothing.
Wow, we'll keep you informed about that big District 2 5A game throughout the night. Right now, the Tigers, 2nd down and 5 yards to go from their own 16-yard line. Pardue takes the ball and fakes it and keeps hitting. Goes down, he'll lose a yard. Back at the 15 is Brian West. Came across there from defensive tackle and knocked him down. Ran the same play the other way, Jim, and this time Pardue lost a yard back to the 15-yard line.
And Brian West got up after making the tackle. He was shaking his head as if to say, no, not to my side of the field. Don't bring it this way.
So the Tigers at the 15 will have 3rd down and 6 yards to go. As senior quarterback Vince Pardue has started for 2 years for Neville. Brings his team to the line. Has only sophomore running back James Scalia behind him this time with a couple of wings each way. Back to pass the football over the middle he goes, and the pass is caught out of the 30 and knocked down the 31-yard line. Very near first down territory, and the reception across the middle for Neville, I think, is the tight end Cameron Glenn, number 83, and it's going to be close. It looks as if it may be a first down to the 21. And Pardue remaining effective through the air. Chad Pilcher had made the tackle that time as Cameron Glenn caught that ball, but it's a first down for the Tigers at their own 21-yard line.
And Frank, that appeared to be a one-handed grab by Cameron Glenn, one of the best players on this Tiger team. That's his 11th reception he has a touchdown receiving this year, but he's an awfully good football player.
Good player, good young man, too. I know Cameron. My son Matthew had a trip with him this summer. Back to pass. Pardue looking to throw long. This pass is knocked down and incomplete. Nice defensive play by the Rebels' Michael Freeman. He was guarding Severo Doyle step for step, and he got a hand of the ball to bat it away, Jim. And a good play by Freeman. It's an incomplete pass.
It looked like Doyle still caught the pass, but he caught it out of bounds. And it's pretty tough to catch the pass because, as you mentioned, Freeman knocked it away. But it's certainly tough to pick up or make any completions or to complete any passes, I should say, against Michael Freeman. He has just played outstanding the entire season.
I think you're right. Doyle did catch that thing, but after it was batted away by Freeman, he caught it out of bounds. Second down and 10 for Neville. They have the ball on their own 21-yard line. Pardue is going to step back out of there, and flags are thrown, and play is going to be stopped. Trey Thomason came across that time. Let's see if the Rebels are going to be penalized 5. Earlier, Brian West was penalized 5 yards, and again, it's going to be a 5-yard step off against the Rebels. So they'll move the ball out beyond the 25, very near the Neville 26-yard line, and from there, the Tigers on second down and 5.
Right, that's the second offsides penalty against West Monroe, but it's the third time they've actually jumped at or near the line of scrimmage. So something that Pardue is doing at the line of scrimmage is causing the lineman to move and to jump offside. So good job by the quarterback for Neville.
Burks and Scalia split behind Pardue. He'll give it straight ahead, and he'll fake, and Pardue keeps the ball, and he goes down roughly at the 25. Couldn't get untracked as Brady James came across there and made the big hit. Brady James, the 221-pound senior linebacker, came into tonight's game with 57 tackles in the first 5 games and held Pardue to no gain. And that play might have lost a little. It'll be third down, about 5, just beyond the 25.
Frank, I wasn't sure who carried the ball that time. It may even have been number 20, Darius Burks, but I'm not sure that the linebacker for West Monroe, Brady James, knew either, so he just tackled them both. He tackled them both.
I think you're right. Everybody seems to agree with you that he had given it off, and he got them both down. And now timeout's being called, I believe. Yeah, there's a break in the action, so again, we'll pause and return. The Rebels lead at 7-0. This is West Monroe football.
I remember the first time I hit a home run. It was a real sacrifice for Dad to pay for that window. And I kept that ball. I guess it's become a symbol for how much Dad loved me. It's kind of like another symbol, one that reminds us of when someone even greater than my father loved us enough to pay for the sins of the world.
Nothing compares with God's love and forgiveness. A message from First Baptist Church, West Monroe.
First down again across the 30 to 32-yard line is Severo Doyle. Well, Pardue has yet to throw an incomplete pass. Again, he found Severo Doyle open. Ches Hill made the tackle, but the Tigers appear to have a first down and 10 across their 30 near the 32-yard line.
Frank, they're going to add on a penalty for a face mask call. Ches Hill came up and made that tackle. He was playing well off of the receiver, and really it was an easy completion for the Neville Tigers, and they're going to get him with a major infraction here, a 15-yard face mask penalty.
15-yard penalty moves that ball beyond the 45 to the Neville 48-yard line. First and 10 there for the Tigers with 2:25 remaining here in the first quarter, and West Monroe leading Neville 7-0.
We talked about Neville not being a passing team, but they've been fairly efficient throwing the football tonight.
Pardue has Scalia and Burke split behind him. A wingman set right. First down, they're 48, and they jump. Down number 21 on the right side for the Tigers. That time they jumped too quickly. The wingman, that'll be the wide receiver, Landon Hughes, and that'll cost Neville.
Procedure called against Neville, 5-yard penalty.
43-yard line. It'll be first down at 15. Hey, our thanks to Scooter Pleasant and Century Tel Cellular for their assistance with communications at all West Monroe football games. for the past 3 years in a row. Rebels and Century Cellular, 2 state championships, and looking for a third in 1998.
You're exactly right. And thanks to Chick-fil-A and David Bennett for bringing us all the good food up here in the press box tonight.
First down and 15. Pardue giving an inside counter play, and knocked down is going to be Darius Burks at about the 45-yard line. A yard, maybe 2, and Brian West staying home nicely to make the tackle on Burks as they countered back inside. It's a couple of yards, does Burks to the Neville 45, and the Tigers have second down and 13 yards to go.
And Frank, this is a pretty big series for Neville. First of all, they got the ball out from deep in their own territory. You know, they started this drive at their own 10-yard line, but they're down 7-0. They're on the road. They're playing in Rebel Stadium. West Monroe has a 27-game winning streak, so they really need to get back in the ball game right now and get some points, and they have a pretty impressive drive going this ball.
Neville with 3 receivers right. Pardue is rolling right to pass. He sets, he looks and throws. The pass is incomplete. Over the hands of the intended receiver, Cameron Glenn, who was open, but the pass whizzed a little too high that time from Pardue. And the Tigers will find themselves with third down and 13 at their own 45.
Pardue had some time to throw the ball that time. Frank, only 2 receivers, though, went out in the pattern, so that left 8 blockers in there trying to protect quarterback Pardue as he attempted to throw that pass, and I think West Monroe had 3 or 4 guys in coverage, so it's obvious they know West Monroe applies great pressure, and they're trying to keep some extra men in.
Deuce formation, 2 receivers to each side for Neville. 1 running back, Scalia. Back to pass, Pardue. Big rush, passes away, and this pass is knocked down and incomplete. Michael Freeman had a chance for the interception, but that thing was up there for anybody's opportunity. Severa Doyle was the intended receiver. Good pressure by the Rebels, and especially by defensive end Terrence Tarver.
Fourth down.
Well, the Tigers, pardon me, Jim, go ahead.
Well, you're right. I thought Michael Freeman was going to pick that pass off. He certainly had a golden opportunity to do so, but I think he let the ball come to him instead of going up and catching it at its highest point.
Cameron Glenn is in punt formation again. The first time he tried to punt, it was blocked by the Rebels. Corey Brazil is deep, high snap, but controlled, and this time he gets the kick away. Nice kick, and it's going to be bouncing at about the 20, inside the 10, inside the 5. That thing's going to be all the way down to the 3-yard line of the Rebels. On a big punt that time by Cameron Glenn, and the Rebels are going to take it there.
52-yard punt.
Good job by Cameron Glenn. Let's check in on the sidelines with our man, Bill Nars. Bill?
Well, Frank and Jim, one of the things that we're seeing on the defensive side of the football, we're not getting our calls in, it looks like, in time. Waiting very late to get a call in that time. The reason that Pardue had time to throw the football was that we didn't slide. The linebackers didn't slide and didn't get the proper pressure.
Okay, here are the Rebels now. LaBorde passing on first down, and he has his man. That's going to be a Toller, and he's out near the 10, maybe the 11-yard line. Quick pass from Lane LaBorde to David Toller. Toller with his first catch of the game. Let's see where they'll put it down. Actually going to be just inside the 10. The tackle by Sean Jackson, Courtney Robinson for Neville. They'll put it at the 9-yard line. The game will be about 6. It'll be second down and 4 yards to go.
Just a quick out to David Toller. Good yard pass by Lane LaBorde, and that gives the Rebels some breathing room.
Slot I set right, the wide side of the football field. I backfield with Britton and Robinson back there. Britton gets a handoff, runs it straight ahead, and he bangs it out across the 15 to the 16-yard line of the first down run. John Jackson knocks him down. Quick opener, Jim, for Britton. He hit it quickly and spurted his way out to the 16-yard line.
You know, we haven't seen Willis Britton break one of those long runs this entire season. I think he's going to break one before too much longer with that great speed and that leg drive that he has, and he gets an important first down for West Monroe there.
Mookie Williams in the game wide right, and also Toller will be in the slot to the same side. LaBorde for the eye behind him. First down and 10. West Monroe, its own 16. Here's LaBorde running the option, giving inside. And his fumble, scramble for it near the boundary. Let's see if it went out of bounds. Let's see at the 25. And the officials are going to say whose ball. Haven't indicated yet. Rebels haven't. They didn't get possession before it went out of bounds. As the Rebel fullback Willis Britton never really handled the handoff that time. That thing was bounding all over the field. And fortunately, Jim, for West Monroe, it bounded out of bounds before possession.
Frank, you called it right. A golden opportunity there for Neville. In fact, the Neville offense was on the field. They were ready to take over. But no one could get possession before the ball traveled out of bounds.
And the play gained 7 yards. It'll be second down and 3 for the Rebels. And here's LaBorde giving inside. Robinson hands it across the 25. Dan gets his way to the 30-yard line. And a first down run by Kenny Robinson. John Jackson
Kenny Robinson picks up
Makes
another
the
Rebel
tackle,
first
but
down.
did you see those
Tackled
moves by
Jackson.
Kenny Robinson?
Quick 6. The counter tray once
That's
again,
in the first
and that will end the
quarter.
first
Rebels
quarter
lead
play.
7-0.
Well, that will pause. We'll be back. It's 7-0 to Rebels.
The Giants staking his claim. He's destined to make Monroe Ford country. Hurry to the all-new Hickson Autoplex, where Ford truckers can get in a 98 F-150 for just $13,995. AC, stereo cassette, chrome bumpers and wheels, $13,995. Or steal a Stang for the same price. 98 Mustang, AC, rear spoiler, stereo cassette, $13,995. Hurry to the Automotive Giant, the all-new Hickson Autoplex, Louisville Avenue, Monroe. Go anywhere else, and you'll pay too much.
Rebel Club for the new sound system that is debuting tonight. Our Rebel Club president is Mitch Sumrall. Thank you very much.
Begin the second quarter at Rebel Stadium. Frank Hoffman and Jim Norris and Bill Norris with you, and here are the Rebels. First down and 10 after that run by Robinson at their own 30-yard line. Quarterback Lane Laborde is dropping with a quick drop to pass. Has Turner out of the 35, breaks a tackle to 40. He is run out of bounds from behind across the 45 of the 46-yard line. 16-yard pass of Lane Laborde to his favorite receiver, Marcus Turner. Bernard Ballard ran him out of bounds, and Jim, the Rebels with that play. And actually, Turner hadn't lost his footing for a moment. He might have gone a long way on that play.
And I tell you what, I'd hate to see him if he had a good hamstring tonight. He injured his hamstring a couple of days ago in practice, and it really bothered him yesterday. And tonight, he certainly looks fine.
First down, the 46 for the Rebels. Britton has it inside. He bangs it out to the 50-yard line. 4 yards straight ahead off the option as Lane Laborde handed off to senior fullback Willis Britton. Ivan Ludley knocked him down after a 4-yard gain. At midfield, the Rebels have second down and 6.
Frank, in that game across the river, Washita has tied it up. The score now, Washita 7, Ruston 7.
We'll keep an eye on that one. Another big District 2 5A game. Next week, the Rebels travel to Ruston to take on the Bearcats. And then 2 weeks from tonight at Washita. Plenty of District 2 5A action coming underway. Here's Laborde faking and back to throw long down the field and overthrown incomplete. Intended for the big tight end. I do mean big. Andrew Whitworth, the 6'7" tight end, but he was pretty well covered as Laborde trying to get it over his head. And the pass is incomplete to make it 3rd and 5 from 50. Kenyell Cook providing the coverage for Neville.
Double coverage that time. They had a man underneath on Whitworth and had a safety behind him. And really, I guess, a good job of Lane Laborde of throwing that football away.
So here are the Rebels with a 3rd down possession play at the 50-yard line. 11:09 remaining here in the first half of the game. In the second quarter, West Monroe leads at 7-0. Blocked the Neville punt on the opening possession, then went 40 yards for a score with Lane Laborde getting that touchdown. Here the Rebels asking for timeout. Timeout on the field. We'll be back. It's West Monroe 7, the Tigers nothing. This is West Monroe football.
Since 1958, Daniel Appliance and Furniture has been your choice for quality home furnishings at the very lowest prices. We invite you to come visit our showroom and see our selection of name brand furniture and accessories. We can help you find the perfect living room, bedroom, or dining room set. Choose beautiful accessories from our selection of prints, mirrors, clocks, and curios. Come in today and see what our customers have known for over 40 years. Daniel Appliance and Furniture, 913 Louisville Avenue, Monroe.
And they're also broadcasting on UHF Channel 17.
Rebels 3rd down, about 6 now from the 50. Quick pass, Laborde has it in. Turn to the 45, turn to the 40. Let's see what that is all about. Terrific pass on the board. Great run by Turner after he caught the ball. Tyrone Davis knocked him out of bounds, but let's see what the penalty is all about.
It was thrown in the neighborhood of David Toller, who was out there blocking for Marcus Turner, and so the play may be coming back.
Yeah, they can indicate it is against the Rebels, nullify the first down run. So they'll penalize West Monroe from the 50-yard line. While we do that, let's check in again with Bill.
Yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
So tough break. The Rebels, instead of having the first down, Jim, have it back. Not much of a penalty. It is from the point of the foul at their own 48, where it is 3rd down and 8. West Monroe in the eye, a pro eye, but now here comes Turner in motion, and LaBorde is back to throw it again and setting and faking, and now rolling to the right side. They're after him. He's looking and throwing, and has a man. Turner at the 40, down to the 35, and knocked down to the 32-yard line of the Tigers is Marcus Turner. Great job by LaBorde. Turner opening, drilled on the ball. Courtney Robinson Turner with the reception.
Courtney Robinson, first down level.
Frank, give some credit to that big offensive line. They gave Lane LaBorde time to throw, but then once the pressure came, he was able to buy him some additional time, and that's when Marcus Turner got into the clear, and he got him the football, and another big conversion for a first down for the Rebels.
That offensive line of Chad Grubb, Scott Lockwood, Lance Wright, Ben Saunier, and Rodney Reed. Here are the Rebels, first down to the Neville 32, and Britton gets it inside. He gets a couple of yards, bangs it down to the 30, and a penalty marker is down, thrown by the linesman. So we'll have to see what that is all about as the Rebels get about 2 yards on that quick dive.
I'm not sure if there's going to be an legal procedure called against West Monroe. I think they blew that dead because Lane LaBorde, I think, had the football the entire time.
Illegal procedure penalty called against the Rebels.
Yeah, legal procedure is a 5-yard step off back to the 37-yard line of Neville, and there West Monroe will have first down and 15. 2 minutes into the second quarter of the game, West Monroe leading the Neville Tigers in this District 2 5A battle, 7-0. Both these teams undefeated on the year, first district game. Pro I formation, 2nd and 15. Here's a give to Britton inside the 35, scampers to the 30, knocked down roughly at the 26-yard line, and a good run by Willis Britton. They say his knee hit on the 27, but Britton got about 9 as Tyrone Davis knocked him down.
But I'm not sure if Tyrone Davis knocked him down, Frank, or if Willis Britton knocked Tyrone Davis down. Tyrone Davis, we don't have the weight or the size of these guys, the height of the fellas for Neville, so I'm not sure how big he is, but he looks awfully big, and Willis Britton simply ran over it.
Good run by Britton. He got about 9. 2nd down and 6 now from the 27-yard line of Neville. And here again is LaBorde faking and keeping, but in trouble and losing yardage back at the 30-yard line. Faking and running the option, but coming from behind to make the tackle was defensive end Nick Lavender, and also the other end George Wade crunching down on him. And LaBorde loses 3 back to the 30-yard line, where it is 3rd down and 9 yards to go for West Monroe.
Frank, after the play, Lane got up and he pointed to himself as if to say, my bad, I made a mistake. I should have given it off to Willis Britton because the offensive line had created a seam. They had walled off the left side of that Tiger defense, and he had room to run, Willis Britton, that is.
Rebels going to have to ask for timeout. The 25-second clock was about to go off, so with the timeout on the field, we'll pause and return. And it's West Monroe leading 7-0. This is West Monroe football.
Feeling a little too close for comfort? Need a hand to hold on to? Living proof that one size doesn't fit all? Then ask your doctor about the new Open MRI, the fresh, open approach to medical exams that could be right for you. Designed for your comfort. The Open MRI, available now through Glenwood Imaging Services.
Sitting with the Rebel Raiders tonight are Caitlin McCarty and Emily Brazier. Caitlin and Emily were winners of special awards at the Raider Clinic this summer. We are happy to have them with us tonight.
This is going to be a big play here. Okay, we're back, and here are the Rebels, 3rd down and 9 yards to go. Football to the Neville 30-yard line. A big play for West Monroe. One wide receiver goes left, another right. Pro-I formation. Laborde runs the option and gives it inside to Britton. He's inside the 25. It's short of the first down as he drives it down to the 23-yard line. Courtney Robinson made the tackle. And, Jim, the Rebels are going to get it near the first down marker. They have the ball about the 23, maybe even back at the 24 of Neville. It's going to bring up 4th down and about 1.5 yards for 2 yards. Call it 4th and 2. Back call it 4th and 2.5. The ball is placed on the 24 of the Tigers.
Yeah, the ball keeps moving backwards.
Yeah, it does.
But a good play that time by West Monroe that gives them a real good chance to pick it up on 4th down.
4th down, about 2.5, 3 yards needed for the first down from the Neville 24, and here we go. The Rebels give it in snowy, fake and pitch it out, and running with the first down to the 20, down to the 15-yard line, off his feet to the 14-yard line is Kenny Robinson taking the pitch from Lane Laborde after faking to Willis Britton. Beautifully executed that time. Bernard Ballard made the tackle. First down, the Rebels at about the 13-yard line of the Neville Tigers.
Frank, the Neville defense did exactly what you and I did. They said, whoops, he still got the football, talking about Lane Laborde after that great fake inside to Willis Britton. And Kenny Robinson was wide open to the outside. A great execution of the option.
11-yard gain for Robinson. First down, the Rebels now. And here we go from the Neville 13-yard line. Give it inside to Britton. Nothing there. And flags go down as Britton is pushed back. He may have driven that thing down to about the 12, but didn't get a lot that time as he ran into the Neville defenders, and they're indicating a penalty against West Monroe, Jim.
It's going to be a holding call. It came from the back judge that time, and he saw something obviously he did not like, and that's going to hurt West Monroe, because when you get deep inside Neville territory and you go first down and 10 from about the 13, and on the first play you have to march back 10 yards, that really puts a damper on things.
Penalty moves the ball back to the Neville 23-yard line, and it's first down and 20 yards to go there for West Monroe. Turner and Toller re-entering the game for West Monroe. They'll be the wideouts as Mookie Williams leaves the game and Brooks Greer is out. Here are the Rebels with Britton at fullback, Kenny Robinson at tailback, and senior quarterback Lane Laborde's been all the way. First down and 20 for the Rebels now. Laborde dropping back to throw. Looks for Turner, and the pass is incomplete. In and out of the hands of Marcus Turner. It was there. He just didn't hold on that time. And that thing had some mustard on it from Lane Laborde.
It certainly did, and you see the evidence of that hamstring injury, because Marcus Turner beginning to limp just a little bit after the pass attempt on that last play. But I was going to say, just before this play started, Frank, going back to that penalty, last week West Monroe really played almost a mistake-free ball game, not many penalties, and we've seen a myriad of penalties tonight by the Rebels.
Here's Laborde giving off inside, running back inside the 20, bangs it down to about the 15-yard line. And that was a new running back, I believe, J.J. Johnson, who got the carry that time, and he got that thing down very near the 15. They'll see his knee hit on the 16. That was that counter tray. And the Rebels on that running play will now have third down and 14 yards to go.
J.J.'s in there, Frank, because Willis Britton apparently has maybe some equipment problems, maybe contacts, maybe lost the contact. So Kenny Robinson has moved from tailback to fullback. J.J. Johnson now in at tailback.
And, of course, with Robinson up at fullback, the Rebels have third down, about 13. Here's Laborde rolling left, looks to throw, fires in the flat, and he has the man Turner. He's down around the 10, on his feet to the 5. Touchdown! Touchdown, West Monroe. Marcus Turner, what a job after he caught that football. Scoring 10 yards out.
And like I said, Frank, he's doing it with a bad leg. He was limping after that last catch that he made, or that attempt where he missed the ball. And I tell you what, that young man has played a well of a football game. He's got about 5 receptions already in the first half of play. He came in as the leading receiver.
Okay, let's go to Bill. The extra point is no good, but the Rebels have the lead. This play is in the second period. The Rebels 13, the Tigers nothing.
Newsflash, the GM strike is over, so everybody's getting in line for 0.9. Now at Ryan Chevrolet, 0.9 on Malibu, Camaro, Cavalier, Lumina, Monte Carlo, S10, Blazer, Astro, and Venture Van. Ryan Chevrolet's 98 clearance. Save big. Get a $750 rebate on all half-ton 98 CK pickups, including the awesome Z71. Drive a 98 extended cab dually now at low $23,495. Ryan Chevrolet, 1101 Oliver Road, Monroe, where everybody's getting in line for 0.9.
That Rebel scoring drive covered 97 yards in 17 plays, lasted us 6 minutes and 34 seconds. Your starters on the offensive line for the Rebels.
Rebels get their second touchdown of the game. Great job by Marcus Turner in the pass from Lane Laborde. The kickoff by Alex Ayertis. Going to be fielded at the 10-yard line. That's by Beard. Back to the 15-20. He is going to be hit hard and stopped around the 23-yard line. Orlando Beard for the Neville Tigers, and they'll take it there.
Frank, that last scoring drive was an impressive one. 15 plays, 97 yards, 6:32 off the clock. Of course, a 16-yard touchdown pass to Marcus Turner from Lane Laborde. Lane Laborde is now 5 of 8 for 83 yards and a touchdown passing, and he's got one running.
97-yard drive. Started from the 3-yard line. I forgot that.
That's exactly right. A great punt by Cameron Glenn was down inside the 5.
Indeed. Here are the Tigers now. First down and 10, their own 23. They trail it 13-0, and Pardue faking, throwing the back. That's a lateral. That ball's on the ground. They're going after it, and Neville will knock it out of bounds, but lose big yardage on the play, all the way back to the 8-yard line. Vince Pardue threw that thing overhanded, but he threw it backwards, and of course that is a lateral pass and a live ball. Neville knew it and alertly scrambled for it and did recover, but they lose big yardage on the play, Jim, all the way back, in fact, to their own 7-yard line.
And once again, we mentioned that Neville not really a passing team, and you saw some of the problems they're having throwing the football tonight.
They have to go all the way out to the 34 for the first down. They have it at about the 7. It is second down for the Neville Tigers.
First down and second down, long yardage.
Here's Pardue running to the left side, hurdling and being hit hard and stopped. No gain to the 7-yard line. He was really nailed by James Rowland and Jason Ledoux. They hammered him, and Pardue had nowhere to go.
Freddie James had a piece of the action as well. You heard
Jason Ledoux
the odds from the crowd, and that's because of the viciousness of that last hit by those Rebel defenders.
So it's third down and extremely long for the Neville Tigers. The ball is out about the 7.5-yard line for Neville. They will send Severa Doyle wide to the left side. Running back Scalia and Burks on third down and long. They're inside their 10. 5:15 to play here in the second quarter. Here's Vince Pardue giving it straight ahead. Running room to the 15, out of the 20, and knocked down to the 21-yard line. That's Darius Burks, I believe, as they got the opener inside, and Burks rambled, but short of the first down is Corey Brazil, and Michael Freeman wrapped him up. They got good yardage on the play, but it was third and extremely long, and it's fourth down. The Tigers, Jim, are going to have to punt it away.
So they got good yardage, Frank, because West Monroe almost invited them to run straight up the middle because they had 4 or 5 defensive backs and a linebacker there to make the stop, which they did short of the first down.
Turner is deep this time rather than Brazil, and confirmation Cameron Glenn for the Neville Tigers on fourth down and 13. High snap, and he controls it. Big rush, and he got it away somehow, and the ball bounces about midfield. Turner lets it go, and it takes a Tiger bounce to the Rebel 40 all the way down to the 37-yard line of West Monroe. So a big roll and a good punt again for Cameron Glenn.
Just a good job by Glenn to get that punt away. That was a 42-yard kick. The last 10 or 12 yards came via the roll, but it really gets the Tigers out of the hole, and it puts West Monroe still has fairly good field position, but considering that the Neville Tigers were looking at second and 10 inside their own 10, they came out of that looking pretty good.
So West Monroe first down, its own 37, pro-I formation, and Causey's in at quarterback for the first time. Robinson the 40, Kenny Robinson getting ground 45 midfield. He's at the 45, the 40, he's at the 30, the 25, he is out of bounds at the 24-yard line. Kenny Robinson running with the football, and a late flag goes down as Robinson electrifies the crowd and runs all the way down to the Tiger 24, and the penalty marker went down after the end of the play.
It looks like it's going to be against a personal foul going to be called on David Toller. I'm not sure what David Toller did, but just a A mental mistake by that young man.
Well, Rebels are going to back up from the point of the foul, but still a great run by Robinson. Let's go to Bill.
Jim, as he got down here near the sidelines, he hit a man, knocked him out of bounds. Certainly, the call is that he hit him when he was out of bounds. But a good run by Robinson. Nevertheless, picks up the first down, but negates really a big play as the ball would have been around the 20-yard line.
But it still is in Neville territory at the Tiger 39, where it is 1st and 10. And look at this formation, Jim. 4 receivers left. Nobody behind Causey, who's back to throw. He's faking, now rolling left. Now he's passing, and he overshot his man. It is incomplete. We haven't seen that formation before. And after Causey faked short, he rolled left, and he had his receiver out there all by himself. It was Toller, but he threw it way over his head in his haste to throw the football.
You're right, David. Toller was simply wide open, and Maxie Causey on the run. That time, if he had collected himself and planted and thrown the football, he might have been able to complete that to David Toller. But I think we might have seen that against Vicksburg.
Did we?
And Tamisian Davis had a long touchdown reception.
You're right. I forgot it. 2nd and 10, the Rebels, and here's Causey inside. Robinson again. He's at the 35-30, again to the 25-20. He's at the 15, the 10, the 5. Kenny Robinson. Touchdown. Quick 6 again.
Just a big-time run from Kenny Robinson. It looks almost as if that's a new play. It appears to be almost a draw. It looks a little different from the counter trade that they run. Kenny Robinson now has 100 yards on 5 carries.
39 on that play for the score. Let's go to Bill.
Thought we may be going to go for 2, but I see a Yurtis in the football game. Let's see if Toller snaps the football. Again, just an excellent job, outstanding job of blocking that time by the offensive line as Robinson cut it back against the grain and went the distance.
Maxie Causey to hole. Yurtis for the extra point. His kick is in the air, and the kick is good. We'll be back. Monroe 20 and Neville nothing. 3:41 to go first half. This is
You've received an invitation to claim a special gift. Yours for the asking, free, with no strings attached. This gift comes with a lifetime guarantee of satisfaction, and it's been changing lives for hundreds of years. Interested? The gift is love, forgiveness, and hope. The gift of eternal life. The invitation is from Jesus Christ. Accept your gift today and join us at First Baptist Church, West Monroe.
Yurtis, who just got the Rebels the extra point to make it 20-0, kicks it off, sailing kickoff. Beard backs up at the 5. Orlando Beard back to the 10. He's at the 15. He is going to be hit and dropped at the 19-yard line. Rebels again to a position on the 10-15, and the Tigers take it. Again, with 3.5 minutes to play in the first half, Neville finds himself trailing 20-0.
And they're in a big time hole. That last scoring drive for West Monroe. 3 plays, 63 yards, of course, a 39-yard touchdown run by Kenny Robinson. And that drive, Frank, was all Kenny Robinson. He carried it all 3 times and picked up all of the yardage.
Even with the penalty. Johnny Allen and Matt Maggio had made the tackle on the kickoff team for West Monroe as the Tigers operate the
You're right. He actually gets credit for 78 yards in on that last play, last series.
First down play handed off to Burks, who'll run the right side for the Tigers, and he will find his way across the 20 and go out to about the 25-yard line, where Jason Ledoux runs him down. Darius Burks got the call and ran right. See where the officials have marked it law. Place it pretty near the 25, so that's a gain of about 6 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 4 for the Neville Tigers.
Well, the Tigers are not going to score, at least in my opinion. They're not going to score by running the football as we approach the 3-minute mark here in the first half.
Neville will send a wide receiver, that's Samara Doyle, wide to the left side of the football field. And the flanker goes right. That'll be, I believe, Hughes. Here's a give inside, straight ahead with the ball, and they are out near the 30-yard line. Stopped at about the 29, I believe, is Scalia, as Trey Thomason is there on the tackle.
He'll be just shy of the 30-yard line and just shy of the first down marker, so that will bring up third down as the clock continues to run.
Jim, want to pass our best along to Jay Warden. Jay, of course, runs Sunrise Communications. He handles the game telecast. Jay had some heart problems last week, had a heart procedure. I understand he's doing well. I'm sure he's listening. We pass our best. We need him back quickly.
I guarantee you our thoughts and prayers are with you, Jay.
Third down play, the Tigers, and they're stood up, and now they fall across the 30. May have the first down, but not by much on that play as Credell Williams is there on the tackle, and they are going to get the first down, Jim, but they had to work for it that time.
Well, initially they did not have the first down. Pardue faked it inside to his fullback. His fullback was stood up, and Pardue was behind his fullback, and somehow he wiggled his way and fell for about a yard or two, and a good job by the Neville quarterback to pick up the first down. Frank Rustin now leads Ouachita 14-7. Rustin 14, Ouachita 7.
We'll keep an eye on that one. Here are the Tigers, first down and 10 just across their own 30. Pardue fumbles the snap. I think he got on it. His flags go down. We'll have to wait and see. The Rebels claim the football.
Terrence
They
Tarver
do have the football. West Monroe has the ball. There is a penalty marker now. We're going to have to wait and see how they unwind this thing. And they're going to say a legal procedure against Neville and not allow the play. They're going to penalize Neville 5. I guess Bill's right on the line of scrimmage. Let's go to Bill.
Well, guys, we wanted, Coach Aldridge wanted to decline the penalty and take the ball, but the referee calmly told him that it was a dead ball foul, so nothing happened on the snap of the play. And tell you what, pretty surprising score in that Ruston-Ouachita game. Knew that Ruston was tough, but leading 14-7. But I think, Jim, you're right. Running the football for Neville is going to be very difficult to come back in this football game. They're in a passing set now, though.
Penalty has moved it back to the Tiger 25, first and 15. Rolling left will be Pardue, and he finds his man out of the 27, and a huge hit at the 27-yard line by Corey Brazil. Brazil just nailed the man who had caught the ball, and that was James Scalia coming out of the backfield. So they'll gain some yardage on the completed pass, but not a lot. They'll put it down at about the 26 or 27-yard line. The gain's going to be about 2 or 3 yards, and it'll be second down and about 13.
Corey Brazil coming up and making a big-time tackle that time on James Scalia. Corey Brazil is 5'9", 175 pounds, Frank, but Coach Arledge says he's one of the best athletes on the football team.
It's Pardue, senior quarterback on second and 13. He'll take the ball and roll right, gets to a couple of defenders. He's going down, hit hard, and dropped back at the 20. Credell Williams ran him down. Now the ball's on the ground. They're scrambling for it, and let's see whose ball.
It's going to be Neville's football.
Great play by Credell Williams, and Vince Pardue, Jim, appears to be hurt. He is getting up slow. In fact, he is not up yet. Now he's getting up very slowly, but he took a hard hit from Credell Williams that time.
He certainly did, and Credell Williams jarred the football loose, and it was anybody's football. And for a while, it looked like West Monroe might have a chance to pounce on it. But I tell you what, this Vince Pardue, this young man, he's a tough football player and a good kid. And I expect to see him back. He's going to take this play off, but I expect to see him back tonight.
Pardue is replaced by Nathan McPhee, a sophomore quarterback for the Tigers, and Neville finds themselves with third down and long as they are backing up now. McPhee is going to just take it and try to keep it, and he is on a fair hug, and he is stopped for no gain. In fact, he may have lost some yardage. Trey Thomason wrapped him up, and he had help from his friends. It is fourth down for the Tigers as the first half comes to an end.
West Monroe does not have any timeouts left, so they cannot stop the clock. And that will end the first half.
West Monroe, the Rebels.
He's destined destined to make Monroe Ford country. Hurry to the all-new Hickson Autoplex, where Ford truckers can get in a 98 F-150 for just $13,995. AC, stereo cassette, chrome bumpers and wheels, $13,995. Or steal a Stang for the same price. 98 Mustang, AC, rear spoiler, stereo cassette, $13,995. Hurry to the automotive giant, the all-new Hickson Autoplex, Louisville Avenue, Monroe. Go anywhere else, and you'll pay too much.
Back with that and plenty more at halftime, where the Rebels lead the Tigers. It's West Monroe 20 and Neville nothing, and you're listening to West Monroe football.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's halftime show is brought to you by Matt's Music. Come visit the friendly staff at Matt's Music and let us help you on the road to musical success. All right, West Monroe fans, are you ready? West Monroe High School proudly presents the largest band in our school's history, the 180-member West Monroe High School Marching Rebel Band. The band is under the direction of Dr. Michael Spears, Mr. Myron Turner, and Mr. Robert Freeman. Under the direction of Dr. Spears, the band has enjoyed 28 consecutive years of superior ratings. Drum majors are Jessica Ivy, Joy Hurd, and Brent Armstrong. Drumline captain is Stephen Kadar. Flag captains are Amanda Langston and Tanya Dooley. Tonight's show begins with the majestic Pines of Rome. Tonight's show continues. The classic Latin sounds of Tiger of San Pedro. Soloists are Chris Presnell, Bob Norwood, and Adam Parker. We now present our precision dance line, the West Monroe High School Rebel Raiders, in their classic 1970s hit, Jungle Boogie. Captain is Courtney Clappitt. Co-captains are Mandy Sills, Jenny Sanders, and Kelly Davidson. Faculty sponsor is Cindy Norris, and the choreographer is Debbie Berg. Ladies and gentlemen, the West Monroe High School Rebel Raiders. West Monroe High School Rebel Drumline now presents its percussion feature, Night in Tunisia. Ladies and gentlemen, the West Monroe High School Rebel Drumline. We close our show tonight with the classic 1980s contemporary Christian hit made popular by Sandy Patty, entitled I Am. Soloists are Trent Bratton, Paul Asmussen, Pete Thompson, and Philip Jaffion. High School marching Rebel Band and Rebel Raiders.
The football thrown by the varsity cheerleaders for tonight's game were donated by Parks, Air, and Heat. Thank you, Parks, Air, and Heat, for the footballs and your support of West Monroe football. This year, Tropical Tans and Travel is helping out the cheerleaders by donating a free week of tanning to the member chosen as Cheerleader of the Week. They also receive a spirit pin to wear on their jacket. The honor is chosen by the squad. This week, the honor goes to Amy Solly. Thank you, Tropical Tans and Travel, and congratulations, Amy Solly, Rebel Cheerleader of the Week. The Mill Street Salon, formerly Cutter's Corner, is sponsoring the Rebel Raider of the Week. The Rebel Raider of the Week is chosen based on dedication, hard work, and good attitude. This week's Raider of the Week is April Dean.
I certainly wish Adam the best at University of Texas and Brad the best at LSU. You know, Brad's going to have some company come next year with Rodney Reed, Jason Ledoux, and maybe a few more of his former teammates.
Okay, Rebels coming to the near sideline. Want to pass our thanks along again to Scooter Pleasant and Century Cellular for all their assistance with communications at West Monroe football
The Rebel
games
line would like to thank everyone who came out for the tailgate party before the game tonight.
Get ready to start the second half. Let's check in with Bill Norris.
Also, thank you to Mr. Dan Blakeney, Mr. Ray Anding, and the Rebel Club for your support. We couldn't do it without you. Thank you from the Rebel line.
Catch. Well, it was a one-handed catch, and what a nice catch it was. But I think if Neville is going to get back in this football game, Cameron Glenn's going to have to be a big part of it. And, of course, We talked about controlling the line of scrimmage. That's something that West Monroe did and did very well. They had 2 long drives that took up a lot of clock, and I heard the coaches talk about that on the sidelines and how well that helped the defense this week to keep them rested and ready to play.
Okay, Bill, thank you very much. Of course, we'll be here from Bill throughout the second half of the game. Neville is going to kick off to begin the second half. Mookie Williams has brought back as the man in the middle for the Rebels as the Tigers prepare to kick it off.
Watch for the onside kick here, Frank. The ball is set up in a position where the kicker may well kick an onside kick.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to try. They scramble for it. The Rebels recover it nicely at the 47-yard line. For West Monroe, it's Johnny Allen on that ball. He wears number 34. Rebels didn't have a bunch of big guys up there anyway. The Rebels will take the ball with good field position, Jim, after the Tigers try the onside kick.
Great field position at almost midfield. West Monroe didn't recognize the position of the football until late in the potential onside kick, so they basically had their 5 big guys, if you will, and Johnny Allen did a good job of covering that onside kick.
First down, West Monroe now. Calling at the 46-yard line of the Rebels. That's where they'll start this third quarter, leading 20-0, and Laborde is back to pass and throwing, and he has Turner. He's at the 45 of the Tigers, and out of bounds at the 43-yard line of Neville. That's the 12-yard gain. Sean Jackson and Courtney Robinson run him out of bounds. It didn't take Lane Laborde long, just a few seconds, to drop back and find his favorite man, Marcus Turner, and they combine to get the ball down to the Neville 43.
Those 2 guys, Frank, are simply playing pitch and catch. Laborde now 7 of 9 for 95 yards and a touchdown.
Lane Laborde has his team up again. Britton the fullback, Robinson the tailback. Laborde dropping again, looking for Brooks Greer. He's not open. Now he passes, batted in the air, and the ball is going to be incomplete and almost intercepted. Yeah, Laborde looked for Greer. He was at first covered, Jim, and he tried to run with it. Then he tried to throw, and somebody got a hand on that ball, batted in the air, and the Tigers almost came up with the interception. I think one of the linemen, Wilford Stewart, trying to dive for it, but it fell incomplete.
And a good effort that time by Stewart. He almost came up with the interception. That time, Lane Laborde probably should have just thrown the ball out of bounds when the quick throw was not there.
But the Rebels come out all right on that thing. It'll be second down and 10 yards to go from the 42-yard line of the Neville Tigers. And in the eye, here's Laborde faking and back to throw it again. And he fires and has Turner again. And he's knocked out of bounds at the Tiger 31. That's another first down. Another 12-yard gain down the Neville 31-yard line. Again, it's Lane Laborde to Marcus Turner.
Clipping. A late flag came in. I thought it might be roughing the passer, but it's going to be a clipping call against West Monroe, so that will negate a very fine pass completion to Marcus Turner.
They have taken it back to the 47-yard line, and from there, Jim, are stepping off 15 yards, it appears. They're going way back in Rebel territory. The ball is all the way back to the 36-yard line against the Rebels. It's clipping, and of course, clipping is from the point of the foul. The point of the foul was in the backfield. They already lost 5, and then they tack on 15 more from that.
That's the 7th penalty on the night for West Monroe. They've been penalized 70 yards. Neville, meanwhile, 3 penalties for a total of 25 yards.
Second down and extremely long for the Rebels from the 36, their own 36. And here's a give to Britton and nothing there. He is going to be stopped maybe a yard to the 37-yard line of West Monroe. And that's all for Willis Britton. That was the second down play. So now he's going to bring it third down and extremely long. Rebels have to go all the way to the Tiger 32-yard line for the first down. So it is third down and 32 yards to go.
Frank, that was a huge penalty. That negated a West Monroe first down and really puts them in a situation where it's almost impossible to pick up the first down. And they had a good drive going there. They had a chance to put their 4th score on the board.
Here's Laborde on third down, dropping quickly to throw, and he's throwing long down the field. This pass is incomplete. Almost caught it at the 35-yard line, bobbling the ball, and that was Turner. But he couldn't quite bring it in as he was sprinting down the far sideline. Kenny Cook on the coverage. Jim, the Rebels are going to have their first punt of the game.
I just mentioned that it was almost impossible to pick up the first down, but I tell you what, they almost came up with the impossible. Marcus Turner had a chance to catch the ball. He just simply couldn't get his hands on it and corral it where he touched the ball, but he couldn't corral it in.
Justin Lewis, his first punt of the game, and he hits it beautifully. He's been hitting them well all year. Here's the ball bouncing at the 35, inside the Tiger 30, down to about the inside the 25, and takes a great Rebel bounce all the way down to the 20-yard line.
Justin Lewis's
Tiger
down to the 20.
43-yard punt for Justin Lewis, which is under his average, and the Tigers take it first down and 10, their own 20. Let's check in with Bill on the sideline.
Just a tad more air under that pass from the board, and Turner had his man beat. Young man shows exceptional speed at what? About 5'6", 140 pounds.
Indeed.
Excellent athlete.
Marcus Turner looks to get better and better every week.
He gets better, I guess, even with a bad hamstring.
Yeah, you keep reminding us of that. First down play and a handoff of the Tigers. Nothing there. Maybe a yard for the running back, who was Darius Burks, and he is pulled down about the 21-yard line. The Rebels urge on him and knock him down there. To bring up second down and 9 yards to go for the Neville Tigers. Chesill is off the bottom of that pile for West Monroe.
In case you were wondering about some stats in the first half, West Monroe, 19 carries, 152 yards rushing the football. Neville, meanwhile, 15 attempts. They only picked up a net of 8 yards.
Tigers second down and 9. They jump on the right side. The tackle, Robert Oydoin, is leaving a little too quickly. That's going to set them back 5 yards. So from the 21, they'll back up Neville 5. They'll put it back to the 16-yard line of the Tigers, and it'll be second down, and about 14 yards to go for Neville. 5-0 on the year. Both these teams came in with unbeaten 5-0 records. Both teams ranked high in the state. Of course, the Rebels ranked number 1 for all of last year and all of this year.
And it's not going to change if this game stays like it is.
Here the Tigers, Pardue faking, keeping, and pitching out, and has Burks twisting across the 20 out to the 23. And that was not Pardue, but Nathan McPhee, who's still in at quarterback. Pardue was shaken up earlier. Josh Deason made the tackle with help from Michael Freeman. And Burks got the pitch and crossed the 20 and took it out around the 23, near the 24-yard line for Neville. So now the Tigers have third down, and we'll call it 7 yards.
A good play for the Tigers because they have a legitimate chance now of picking up the first down.
Quarterback is Nathan McPhee, the sophomore backup to Vince Pardue, who was injured late in the second quarter. McPhee with a single running back behind him, takes the ball and rolls to the left side, and he is fumbling the ball. They scramble for it at the 20-yard line. I think the Tigers have recovered, and they'll lose yardage in the play as McPhee rolled left and just lost a handle on the thing. Rebels were all over him with Jason Ledoux and Brian West. And it's going to be fourth down, and Neville is going to have to run it away. Fourth down and 9 for the Tigers.
Good stand by the Rebel defense, and it appears that West and/or Ledoux got a hand on that ball and caused the fumble, and it was a good job of the Tigers to pick it up. So Corey Brazil, the junior safety man, is deep for the Rebels, and Cameron Glenn is in punt formation for the Neville Tigers. There's the snap, big rush, but he gets the kick away. It is high, but not long. It is going to bounce at the Tiger 43, across the 45, out to about the 48-yard line of Neville. And again, the Rebels will have excellent field position to take the ball, and this is their second possession of the third quarter, with 8:07 remaining in the third quarter and leading Neville 20-0. West Monroe had a golden opportunity last time to really put this football game away with their fourth touchdown. Let's see what they do here.
And let's go to Bill as the Rebels prepare to go on offense.
Very quickly, Frank and Jim, the information that we got from the sidelines was Pardue had a slight concussion and some rib damage on that big hit by Crudell Williams.
Well, let's hope that he is okay. Fine young man and a good football player. The board is pitching out. The ball is fumbled. It's on the ground. Rebels trying to get back and recover it, and they do, but lose big yardage on the play all the way back to the 36-yard line. LaBorde faking and trying to pitch out to the trail man. And, Jim, that ball was loose way back there. And big loss on the play is going to be about a 17-yard loss near the Rebel 35. Actually, a 15-yard loss back to the 30. Well, a 13-yard loss back to the 39-yard line of the Rebels.
And, Frank, that pitch was nowhere near Kenny Robinson. And really the Rebels were fortunate to scramble back there and fall on it.
So it's second down and 23. Slot I set left for West Monroe. Also a receiver right. And the Rebels give it inside to Britton. Nothing there. Bangs it out across the 40. Stopped at the 41. A 2-yard gain for senior fullback Willis Britton as Dominique Jackson makes the stop for the Rebel Tigers. And the Rebels find themselves with third down and about 20.
Well, you can rest assured, Frank, that when you run the option and you have a bad pitch like that and lose 15 yards, if you run the option right after that, it's probably going to be handed off straight up the middle to Willis Britton.
Ford's had a great passing night. As Jim mentioned, in the first half, he was 7 of 8. I think he has one more. Well, I know he has a couple of more completions.
And now he's 7 of 9.
Had one, of course, called back on that penalty.
And it looks like Willis Britton is coming off the field. He has a cramp, so we'll see the switch. Kenny Robinson now moves to fullback, J.J. Johnson in at tailback.
sophomore at tailback, Johnson. Here are the Rebels on 3rd and long. Laborde runs an option, and he's in trouble. He's going down. He fumbled. Let's see if he got it back. I think he did at the 40-yard line. So Laborde is brought down by Ivan Ludwig, the linebacker, and the Rebels are going to have to send Justin Lewis on again. Lewis, the Rebel punter, did not have to punt the ball in the first half, but this will be his second punt of the third quarter with 6:30 remaining here in the third period.
And give the Tigers a lot of credit. Their defense has stepped it up. They were helped by a penalty, a clipping penalty, and a bad pitch on this series, but they played better in the second half.
Jackson and Doyle are deep. There's a nice punt by Lewis, and the kick is over the head of the Tigers and bouncing around the 20. Does take a Neville bounce, though, back the other way, and the Rebels kill it at the 23-yard line of Neville.
Justin Lewis's punt down at the Neville 23.
Let's check in with Bill on the sideline.
Guys, just not as much offensive intensity as I think Coach Don Childs would like. They've got the offensive line over there and talking to them about the adjustments that Neville's made. Of course, give Coach Joe Coates and his staff some credit at halftime for stepping up the intensity. It looks like that Pardue will not come back and see the action in the second half.
Nathan McPhee, still the quarterback for the Neville Tigers. And a couple of backs behind the sophomore quarterback. McPhee, quick drop to pass. He fires. Doyle cannot catch up with the football. Diving try, but the pass is low. And it is incomplete. That'll make it second down and 10 for the Neville Tigers at their own 23-yard line. Stopping the clock with 5:56 left in the third quarter.
Second down and 10.
West Monroe leading 20-0.
McPhee just short hopped it in there to Doyle. Doyle did a good job of trying to convince the official that he caught it. He caught it on the fly, but the back judge had a good view of that.
Landon Hughes is wide right for Neville, and Doyle goes left. Split backfield behind the quarterback, who will give it straight ahead, and nothing there. The Rebels knock him down to 25. Rowland making the tackle. That's James Rowland on fullback James Scalia. Tigers get a yard, maybe not even that. We'll give them one on the play. It'll be third down, about 9.
Frank, in the first half, Darius Burke had
James
7
Rowland.
carries for 31 yards, and he was the only Tiger rusher
1 yard
with
gain,
positive
third down and 9.
rushing yardage. Pardue, 6 carries, minus 22 yards, and Doyle carried it one time, and he lost a yard on his only carry.
And Neville with third down and 9 now. Their own 25-yard line. Back to the split again behind the sophomore quarterback, Nathan McPhee. The Rebels are coming, and here's a reverse play for Neville in trouble. Losing yardage. They got away, though. Back at the 15. Now they're going down, still losing big. Back around the 18-yard line. James Rowland had the first man to make contact. And the other Rebels were there, and they got him on the reverse play. Jason Ledoux also is in on the tackle. Double reverse back there, but the Rebels were not fooled.
Well, they weren't fooled, and they had the right play call that time, defensive play call. They brought the blitz, and that really disrupted the play, and a good job by Doyle just to lose only 5 yards on the play, 5 or 6 yards on the play. He could have lost 10 or 15.
You're right. Cameron Glenn back in punt formation again for the Tigers. Corey Brazil is deep. There's a snap, and this time the kick away by Glenn. Lazy punt, bouncing in midfield. Takes a big Tiger bounce inside the 40, inside the 35, all the way down to about the third. No, they went out of bounds. It hit out of bounds at the 40-yard line of the Rebels. So that's where West Monroe will take it. As they come onto the field, we'll go to the field
for the Rebels.
Fullback, as Bill just mentioned, and now he's actually in a slot as the Rebels have 3 receivers left. Maxie Causey back to throw the ball, looking and firing long
Got a
down
man.
the field for Turner, and it's incomplete. He missed it right through his arms with the pass as Marcus Turner was wide open and all by himself at the 25-yard line.
Second down.
And Jim went right through the old Brett basket and incomplete.
Frank, sometimes the hardest catches to make are the easy ones, and that was an easy one for Marcus Turner. It had 6 points written all over it, and he's gonna kick himself for dropping that pass, but it's hard to fault that young man. He's had an outstanding game.
Last week he caught a 99-yard pass from Maxie Causey. The Rebels second down and 10 now from their own 40. Causey down under with a slot eye again, is back to throw the ball and looking and throwing near side, overshooting Turner by a good margin this time, and incomplete. It'll make it third down and 10 for the Rebels at their own 40-yard line.
Well, this is something that Coach Arliss does not like to see, and that's just throw the ball. 2 consecutive plays, 2 consecutive pass plays for West Monroe. No one was open on that play, and really Causey did a good job of throwing it high and outside to avoid any type of interception.
Brooks Greer is wide left, and Marcus Turner is in the slot over there. It'll be Kenny Robinson at fullback and J.J. No, and you running back, tailback. Here's a pass incomplete again, just off the fingertips of Marcus Turner. And Jim in the flat that time, he had up ahead of Steve. If he could have caught that football, Turner could have had a ways to run also.
I think Marcus is a little bit winded, maybe just a little bit tired. He's losing some of his concentration. And
of course, he has that hamstring.
Well, he has that hamstring, but we haven't seen too much of that hamstring creating any problems for him tonight.
Twin safeties for the Tigers as Justin Lewis again goes into punt formation for the third time in the third quarter. High snap, but controlled. And the punt is away. An end-over-end kick by Lewis. Bounces at the 30 and is a 9-iron straight up in the air. It'll be dead at the 30-yard line.
Justin
Tigers
Lewis is punt.
And Neville will take it there
Down
with
to the Neville
3:51 remaining here in the third quarter, and trailing West Monroe 20-0.
The hand being given by the Rebel fans that time to Lewis. Just an outstanding job of catching that pass.
1998 Rebel seniors.
Justin getting the one off. It's a pat on the back from assistant coach Shelby
Once again, thank you to Mr. and Mrs. LaForge and the Shinny Jack for their support of Rebel football.
And
we'll announce the winning ticket number right after this play.
Quarterback Nathan McPhee. One running back behind him is the fullback James Scalia, also a sophomore. And Scalia gets the ball, nothing there. In fact, he lost a yard, I think, as the Rebels with great penetration stack him up at about the 29-yard line.
In the backfield by
getting off the bottom of that pile is number 96. That's Terrence Tarver. And I suspect he was one of the ones, along with Brady James. Terrence provided the penetration. I think Brady James got finished him off.
They're going to call it 2nd and 10, but really they lost a little.
Section B,
the
row
Rebels did get
24,
that penetration.
7, claim your Rebel football from the varsity cheerleaders on the track.
10 yards to go. And running is McPhee, looking to pitch it out. He does, and Burks has it across the 35. He is cracked down the 38-yard line. About an 8-yard gain, though, for Darius Burks, taking the pitch off the option from Nathan McPhee. Terrence Tarver again is there. The Burks tackle for West Monroe. Terrence, the senior defensive end, had 24 tackles coming into tonight's game. Right now, the Neville Tigers, Jim, have 3rd down and 2 after another pretty good run by Darius Burks.
Was a good run that time by Burks. Frank, we have a lot of folks listening to us via the internet. Lisa and Roy Jones are listening to us, and Mike Lynch. I don't know if you remember Mike, but Coach Billy Watson told me to tell you that Mike was listening to us. I think somewhere up in Pennsylvania or someplace like that.
Indeed. He played along the time with Johnny Huntsman and those guys. Here's the give inside. The Rebels converging on him, and Brady James makes the tackle on Scalia. They're short of the first down. A great job by the Rebels defensively. If you want to hear the Rebel games on the internet, you can do it by going to www.centuryenter.net. Then just pull up the Y106 lead, but it's www.centuryenter.net. Hear West Monroe games actually anywhere in the world.
In fact, Chester Hill, Tess Hill's father, is listening via the internet in Atlanta, Georgia. Neville's going to go for it here on 4th down, but they want to talk about it first.
Breaking the action, we'll be back. You're listening to West Monroe Football.
Since 1958, Daniel Appliance and Furniture has been your choice for quality home furnishings at the very lowest prices. We invite you to come visit our showroom and see our selection of name brand furniture and accessories. We can help you find the perfect living room, bedroom, or dining room set. Choose beautiful accessories from our selection of prints, mirrors, clocks, and curios. Come in today and see what our customers have known for over 40 years. Daniel Appliance and Furniture, 913 Louisville Avenue, Monroe.
Tigers 4th and short. They jump. They were going for it on 4th down and inches to go, but they jumped.
It'll cost him 5. That's big number 81, Nick Lavender. He plays defensive.
Illegal procedure called against Neville.
Tight end position to give a little more forward ball to that line, and they were going to run right behind him, but they're not going to get the chance now.
Now they're going to confirmation with 1:55 remaining here in the third quarter. They trail the Rebels 20-0 in the 46th meeting of Neville and West Monroe. Cameron Glenn to pump the ball, and Marcus Turner, the ever-dangerous Turner, is deep, and there's a snap. Two-man rush. Kick is away by Cameron Glenn. Turner at his own 35, giving ground, looks for the wall. Turner has it to the 40. He's to the 45. A great block to midfield, the 45, the 40. Turner cuts back to 35 and knocked down from behind at the 32-yard line of the Rebel Tigers. His Marcus Turner of West Monroe.
And there were some big-time blocks that time by the punt return team. We'll try to get you those fellas. It was a 32-yard return, according to Statman Ray Anding, but some vicious blocks by the punt return team, and that gives West Monroe tremendous field position for the third time now, third or fourth time here in the second half.
There was some tremendous blocks as Turner came and got to that wall and used it beautifully. Rebels first down, the Tiger 32. Here's Causey giving it inside, and the Rebels looking for room and not much. Pulled down the 30-yard line as a penalty marker goes down. The handoff had gone inside to Kenny Robinson that time. He's actually knocked down the 31-yard line by George Wade and Wilford Stewart of the Tigers. And let's see what this penalty's all about. The Rebels are backing up.
Holding is being called against West Monroe, and that's probably their fourth or fifth holding penalty that has been assessed against them in this football game. That's something that is uncharacteristic of the West Monroe offensive line. They played exceptionally well.
Rebels have had a lot of penalties in tonight's game.
They really have.
Ball is back to the Neville 42, where the Rebels have first down and 20 yards to go. Pro-I formation. Here's Causey. Quick drop. Goes to Turner in the flat on the right side on his own. And he breaks a tackle to the 40, down to the 35. Turner to the 30 and out of bounds across the way. At about the 27-yard line is Marcus Turner. Tyrone Davis finally got him out of bounds. A little quick pass, Jim, and let Turner run. And he did run.
And this time they wanted to give Marcus a chance where he wasn't running. He just took a step back, and they threw it to him like a little quick screen out to the wide receiver. He had trouble the last 2 or 3 times hanging onto the football, and this one drilled him right between the 1 on his jersey. So a good pickup that time, a good play call by Coach Childs.
They placed him out of bounds on the 29-yard line. Second down there and about 7 yards to go for West Monroe. Slot I set left for the Rebels as quarterback Maxie Causey takes that ball. They stop play. He'd given it to Kenny Robinson, but one of the receivers outside called timeout. Rebels didn't like something going on, so they got the timeout call. And they will gather to talk. With this break, we'll pause. We'll return. It's 20-0 the Rebels. This is West Monroe football.
If you play the game, give it all you've got. But play it safe. Glenwood Sports Care, your sports medicine specialist.
I'm going to go on because of the TV. Here we go. The Rebels, second down and 7. Here's a give inside and down to about the 25-yard line. Goes the fullback. Short gain on the play down to the 25-yard line.
Tackle by George Wade.
Now we came back to play early during the commercial break. The Rebels run one play, and they get it down to about the 25-yard line with a straight ahead.
5-yard gain, third down and 2.
The tackle, and now, Jim, the Rebels have third down and about 2.5 at the Neville 25.
Within a situation, Frank, well, this is 4-down territory, so West Monroe should have 2 plays to pick up these 2 or 3 yards.
Quarterback is Causey. Gives it inside. That's Britton with it, and he drives it down near first down territory, the 22-yard line. George Wade makes the tackle. Going to be close, but I think it should be. In fact, I see Bill indicating first down for the Rebels. So the Rebels have a first down and 10 at the 22-yard line of the Tigers. While they look at this, let's go to Bill for just a moment. Bill Moe.
Frank and Jim, credit the block on the punt, the big block that sprung, the initially sprung Turner to Jay Alls. And I mean, he leveled the guy about 4 yards into the Rebel sideline.
Rebels got the first down on that play. It is first down and 10, and now the officials are throwing a flag and stepping in before the snap. Looks as if it's going to cost the Rebels 5 here. Maybe somebody jumped.
Flag before the snap.
Will be against West
Monroe. Called against the Rebels.
Looks like maybe number 1, Marcus Turner, but I'm not sure. I may be wrong about that.
Benji says he thinks you're right. The 5-yard step off moves it back to the 27-yard line.
5-yard
Penalty, our
penalty,
thanks to
first and
Benji
15.
Noel. He's a great spotter.
He really is.
Yeah.
When he's not fixing his hair, he does a pretty good job.
Great pilot, too. One of those CenturyTel employees. We appreciate Scooter Pleasant and CenturyTel Cellular Service so much for the help they give us in these West Monroe game communications. The third quarter has just come to an end.
Well, third quarter,
we'll
Rebels
pause
lead
and be back with the
20-0.
final period of play. The Rebels lead at 20-0, and this is West Monroe football.
Newsflash, the GM strike is over, so everybody's getting in line for 0.9. Now at Ryan Chevrolet, 0.9 on Malibu, Camaro, Cavalier, Lumina, Monte Carlo, S10, Laser, Astro, and Venture Van. Ryan Chevrolet's 98 clearance. Save big. Get a $750 rebate on all half-ton 98 CK pickups, including the awesome Z71. Drive a 98 extended cab dually, now a low $23,495. Ryan Chevrolet, 1101 Oliver Road, Monroe, where everybody's getting in line for 0.9.
Here we go. Rebels on first down, and Causey rolling left. He's going to run the ball to the 25, to the 20, and he's out of bounds across the way inside the 20, down near the 18-yard line. Jimmy wanted to pass, but Causey went rolling to the left side, and nobody to throw to it. He just kept the ball, and he picked up yardage inside the 20 down to around the 18, where Ivan Ledley and Courtney Robinson ran him out of bounds. He'll net about 4 yards gained on the play.
Well, he picks up, no, Frank, he picks up about 10.
Oh, you're right.
Because they had the 5-yard penalty.
Right.
Maxey was just kind of taking his time, rolling to his left, couldn't find anybody, and next thing you know, he's got 9 or 10 yards on the pickup.
You are absolutely right. They've been penalized before that play. So it is second down and 6 now for the Rebels after the 9-yard gain by Maxey Causey. Second down to the 18-yard line. Quick pass by Causey in the flat to Turner. Has it, looks for room. A big guy's after in the 15, and he is knocked down the 13. Good move by Turner as he banged it down near first down territory after making the reception of the pass from Causey. Kenyell Cook and Bernard Ballard knocked him down. And the Rebels at the Neville 13-yard line are going to be near first down territory, but it looks a little bit short. In fact, the spot was placed on the 14, so it's going to be third down, about a yard to go.
And the Rebels were rushing that play, and they've done that a lot tonight. It seems like they're not getting the play in time and getting to the line of scrimmage in time to call the proper play.
Robinson gets the handoff to the 10. He's at the 5. Quick 6. Robinson touchdown. 14 yards. Down, and the Rebels make it 26-9.
And I'm not sure what number 22, Kenyell Cook, was thinking. I guess Kenny put a little move on him, but he had a chance to tackle Kenny Robinson. He was one-on-one, and like you say, Mr. Cook never laid a hand on him.
Another score for Robinson. Let's go to Bill Norris.
Jimmy did not have an opportunity to tackle him because Kenny gave him a little shake and bake move at about the 5, and all he grabbed was just grass.
Extra point by Alex Ayurtis for the Rebels is in the air, and the kick is good.
Answer by Alex Ayurtis is good. Rebels lead 27-0.
Neville nothing. This is West Monroe football.
I remember the first time I hit a home run. It was a real sacrifice for Dad to pay for that window. And I kept that ball. I guess it's become a symbol for how much Dad loved me. It's kind of like another symbol, one that reminds us of when someone even greater than my father loved us enough to pay for the sins of the world.
Nothing compares with God's love and forgiveness. A message from First Baptist Church, West Monroe.
West Monroe, fielded by Beard at the 10. Back to the 15-20. He is going to be down at the 24-yard line. The Rebels converge on him. Game tackling at the 24-yard line. Ron Macbeth leads the charge. The Tigers will take it there, but they trail 27-0 with 10:22 to go.
Frank, that last scoring drive, 7 plays, 67 yards, 2 minutes and 2 seconds off the clock, capped off by the 14-yard touchdown run. But West Monroe's really dominated field position all game long. I think this might be one of the better starting points for the Neville offense in this entire football game.
First down, their own 24, and now flags go down as they really never got the snap away. It looked as if quarterback Nathan McPhee was somewhat surprised by the snap after the offensive line had charged up. And I think the Tigers are going to back up on this one. A 5-yard penalty against Neville for illegal procedure. So now their field position, Jim, is back to the 19 and 1st and 15.
And now it's no longer the best field position they had to start, or at least in this football game. Right now, the sophomore Ron Macbeth playing the left quarterback position in place of Michael Freeman. I'm not sure if Michael is injured, but he's not in there.
First down play, McPhee gives it, and the Rebels stand them up. No gain on the play. At the 19-yard line, nothing for James Scalias. He ran into Brady James, who nailed him with help from Brian West. So it'll be second down and about 15, 16 yards to go for the Tigers. In fact, they lost yardage on that play. Back to the 18-yard line.
And Frank, Brian West was in on that stop, and he plays at the right defensive end position. That was an option play to the right, which would have been to Brian's left. So Brian came all the way from his right defensive end position to make that stop. He's quick.
Indeed. Here are the Tigers. McPhee being run down from behind. He's way back at the 15-yard line as he is spun down by Trey Thomason for West Monroe. Trying to come out of there, and again, the Rebels are getting tremendous penetration and knocking the Tigers back again on that play to the 15. Neville lost 5 on a penalty. They lost 1 on a running play inside. They just lost about 4 or 5 more on that. They're backing up back at their 15-yard line, where it's going to be third down, about 19 yards to go.
And Neville held on in the third quarter. There was no scoring, but that touchdown here in the fourth quarter, I think, is taking the heart out of the Neville Tigers.
And here's McPhee faking and keeping the football, and he is going to fight his way forward and be stopped at about the 20-yard line. That will bring up fourth down. The Tigers are going to have to punt it away as Terrence Tarver is there, along with Ron Macbeth, the sophomore cornerback, on the tackle that time for West Monroe.
Frank, I think he actually picked the football that time, and that's how they picked up the positive yardage, because McPhee was brought down at about the 15-yard line. But what more can you say about this Rebel defense? And when the offense is clicking like it has been the last 2 weeks, these guys are even tougher to beat.
Cameron Glenn again in confirmation. High snap, but controlled, and he gets blocked. It's on the ground at the goal line. The Rebels answer. They recover for a touchdown. J.O. gets the score. The Rebels Freeman pounced on him for the touchdown. The Rebels and another 6 for the extra point coming. Let's send it to Bill.
Excellent job in special team play. I thought that the special teams would play well. Coach Arledge talked about it at lunchtime. He thought they'd be able to get at least 1 block. That makes 2. This one for the big touchdown.
Alex Ayertis for the extra point now. On the hold of Maxie Crosby with 8:23 left. The kick is up. The kick is good. And will return. It's West Monroe 34. Neville nothing. You're listening to West Monroe football.
After it's good. And there was another touchdown team from Ace Michaels. Rebels lead 34-0.
The Giant's staking his claim. He's destined to make Monroe Ford country. Hurry to the all-new Hickson Autoplex, where Ford truckers can get in a 98 F-150 for just $13,995. AC, stereo cassette, chrome bumpers and wheels, $13,995. Or steal a Stang for the same price. 98 Mustang, AC, rear spoiler, stereo cassette, $13,995. Hurry to the Automotive Giant, the all-new Hickson Autoplex, Louisville Avenue, Monroe. Go anywhere else, and you'll pay too much.
Go. Alex Ayertis again to kick it off for the West Monroe Rebels. and again. He sails it down the field. Doyle at the 10, back to the 15. Doyle the 20. Doyle is spilled out beyond the 25 of the, well, about the 27-yard line. So a good return by Doyle. The Neville Tigers take it there, but Jim, with 8:11 to go, they find themselves trailing 34-0.
Steve Powell and Johnny Allen.
Frank, that's something that
on the
you
return.
don't see happen to a Neville Tiger football team. Just complete domination for the second week in a row for these West Monroe High School Rebels. And this is really something that West Monroe fans have been longing for an awful long time. They've been down so many years against the Neville Tigers, and tonight they're just playing the perfect football game.
Tigers on first down jump before the snap of the football. Again, they're frustrated. Going to cost them 5 yards. They're playing, of course, without their starting quarterback, Vince Pardue. Got an update score, Jim. Washita has added to their lead. It's 23-14 over Ruston now.
They went up 15-14, and now they've scored again and apparently converted on the two-point conversion. I say West Monroe's played a perfect game tonight. They've had a lot of penalties, and really that's what stopped them offensively has been the penalties. But for that, this score could be even worse. Believe it or not.
First and 15 for the Tigers, back at the 23. McPhee is pitching out at the last moment and running with the ball across the 25 to the 30. Scalia has it and has some room out to the 35-yard line. McPhee pitched at the last possible moment, and he was really wrecked after he let the ball go. It was Brady James that almost took his head off. Jason Ledoux made the tackle on Scalia back upfield, and the Tigers get it to the 35 of Neville. They picked up about 12 yards on the play. It'll be second down and 3.
And the quarterback was racked, and so was the fullback. Two vicious licks applied to two of the runners, but fortunately for McPhee, he got the ball on the pitch, and they picked up good yardage.
And the Tigers jump before the snap of the ball, and again they'll stop play and penalize, and Cameron Glenn got away a little too quickly that time, and they'll back him up 5. Instead of second and 3, it'll be second down and 8, and the Tigers have to be pretty frustrated right now. 7:24 to go and trailing 34-0.
Well, they are. They're frustrated. They're feeling some of the same frustration that the West Monroe Rebels have felt over the years, you know, in this long series that Neville has dominated until recently. And of course, West Monroe has won the last 2 games, 3, I guess, of the last 4, and they're going to make it 4 of the last 5 after tonight.
Kind of work on evening the series up a little bit. It might take a while. Certainly the Rebels have dominated here in the 90s.
It's going to take a while, but this is going to feel pretty good to a lot of Rebels fans.
Yes, it is. Second down and 8, and back to throw is McPhee. He will fire. The ball is incomplete, almost intercepted. Ledoux got a hand on it, and then the Rebels secondary trying to dive for the ball. An incomplete pass to make it third down and 8 yards to go with 7:16 remaining in the game.
Jason, had he been able to hang on to that pass, he had some clear sailing on the right side into the end zone.
The two teams on the field tonight represent the state champions in 5A football 4 out of the last 5 years. West Monroe won in 93, 96, and 97. Neville won in 95. Of course, District 2 5A has had a team in the championship game for the last 10 years.
That's hard to believe in itself.
Third down and 7. McPhee will fake and keep the ball across the 35. Goes down hard. He is nailed at the 35. And Jason Ledoux with a terrific tackle. Now a late flag has gone down. And the words are being exchanged.
They're going to call it on Ledoux. They're going to say he was a little bit too rough on the quarterback, and they're going to call a personal foul. And they're going to give the Neville Tigers a first down if they weren't able to pick up running the football.
Yeah.
What happened was Jason brought him down with a vicious tackle.
But a good clean tackle.
But a clean tackle, and as he was getting up, I think he kind of threw or pushed the quarterback away, and that's what they called the personal foul on.
And the penalty is 15 yards, so it moves it out to the Neville 49, and the Tigers do have a first down right there with 7:02 remaining in the game.
And Coach Charlie is bringing Ledoux out of the football game. One thing that he demands, and that's that is people that don't make mistakes. And Jason just made a mistake there.
Tigers first down, and McPhee will fake and pitch it out. Scalia has it in the Rebel territory down to the 46-yard line and stood up there by Corey Brazil. But they get 5 yards on the option as Nathan McPhee pitched it out to James Scalia. He moved it into Rebel territory, and the Tigers have second down and 5 at the 46-yard line of the Rebels. Clock running with 6.5 minutes left in the game.
And another good play that time, a good execution of the option by the Neville Tigers.
And with their backup sophomore quarterback, Nathan McPhee, running the option. Second down, 5, Neville. The Rebel 46. Straight ahead, though. A fake by McPhee. Pitches it out, and going to be Scalia going down again at the 43, and another big hit by Brady James and Ron Macbeth as they combine on the tackle of James Scalia at the 43-yard line of the Rebels.
Tackle by Ron
Westboro appears to have
Brady James.
the option covered when it comes to the fullback and the quarterback, but the pitch man has been able to pick up pretty good yardage the last couple of times they've run the play.
So the Tigers with 3rd down and 2 yards to go now. Football resting on the near side hash mark at the Rebel 43-yard line. Westboro ahead 34-0. Tigers split back deal. Here's a give straight ahead and hit down for no gain at the 43. Lost a half a yard on the play. Running back that time was number 20, Darius Burks, and he is hit by Keith Powell, and a good hit by Powell stood him up. And now it's going to be 4th down, Jim, and about 2.5 yards needed by the Tigers.
And also Josh Delancey in there playing a defensive line position. B.J. Trippett, Keith Powell, Josh Delancey, some of the second teamers in there, but not much of a drop-off for this Rebel defense.
4th down, a long 2 for the Tigers near the Rebel 43, and they jump before the snap, and they'll stop play and penalize them 5. Landon Hughes jumped that time for the Tigers. Instead of 4th down and 2, it's going to be 4th down and 7 yards to go.
And that's something Neville has done all night long. In 3rd and 4th and short in critical situations, they've come up to the line of scrimmage and simply jumped offside.
Penalty back to the 48-yard line of West Monroe. Crowd having some fun with the public address announcer, Mark Finn. I'm not sure what that's all about. Here are the Tigers in punt formation on 4th down and 8. Back to punt the ball is Cameron Glenn. The ball's at the Rebel 48-yard line.
Westboro has to call a timeout because they had the defense and not the punt return on the field, so the Rebels call a timeout.
We'll keep it here this time. Give us a chance to go down and visit with Bill from the sidelines as the West Monroe Rebels are in firm control. They had 34-0. Just under 5 minutes to play. Let's go to Bill.
Actually, Jim, Coach Arledge wanted the number 2 punt return in the game, and they simply didn't have enough time to substitute all of the number 2s in before Neville was going to punt the football. I just wondered if y'all, I know we haven't really touched on it, but I wonder what your thoughts are, both of you, on the absence of Pardue at quarterback for Neville and any chance, if they had any, to come back in the second half. It looks like that number 14 is just not capable of passing the football as sharply as Pardue was in the first half of play.
I think that's a good point that Bill brings up, and I think West Monroe is in firm control of the game, but their offense has been very limited with Vince Pardue out of the game.
Well, he's their leader. He's been a 2-year starter for the Neville Tigers. He played some as a sophomore, as I recall, not a lot because they had the Dyer kid. It hurts. It's a drop-off, but I think the Rebel defense has really been the big reason they've not been successful offensively.
Here's the punt by Cameron Glenn, and he angles it out of bounds, or I guess he did. No, it didn't go out of bounds. It is going to be dead about the 18-yard line of the Rebels. So West Monroe will take it there, their own 18-yard line. 1st down and 10. 4 minutes and 39 seconds left in this football game. The Rebels ahead 34-0 over the Neville Tigers, and this is the 46th meeting between West Monroe and Neville. The Rebels won last year and won big over Neville, 28-6 in Monroe, and of course had that exciting overtime win 2 years ago here at Rebel Stadium.
The games between West Monroe and Neville have been exciting the last 3 or 4 times, and of course this is a blowout in West Monroe's favor, but it's still going to be very exciting for West Monroe fans.
No doubt about it. I think they are enjoying it, Jim. Rebels penalized 5 yards for illegal procedure. You know, the Coach Shao Show asks a trivia question each week. The trivia question for this past week, this past Thursday, was who scored the winning touchdown in overtime for the Rebels in that overtime win over Neville 2 years ago?
I thought it was Lane Laborde when he on a quarterback keeper, but I'm not sure.
We won't divulge that answer since it's still open, but I think you're right. 1st down and 15 yards to go, and here's a give for the Rebels inside of the fullback, but nothing there. The Tigers stand them up at the 14-yard line. I think that was Willis Britton who's in the game. George Wade on the tackle, and West Monroe will have 2nd down, about 14 yards to go. You remember Stephen Dollar was injured in that game. Of course, he's the guy who ended up leading the Rebels to the state championship in the Dome that year. They had the running of Tommy Banks. And Laborde came in. The sophomore calmly faked to Tommy Banks, kept himself, and the Rebels won it in overtime.
Was that on the 3rd or 4th down?
That I don't remember. Second down play, and here's Laborde giving it straight ahead, and again, short gain for the Rebels. Stopped at about the 17-yard line again is Willis Britton.
Bill, we talked about our good friend Mike Wood a couple of weeks ago. I saw him at the courthouse, and he said he's an ardent listener and a Rebel fan, listens to all the games, but some of his buddies at the honey camp told me to send him a message, and that was try not to burn down the honey camp before they get there. I don't know how all that came about, you know.
By the way,
Mike works out in the woods, so hopefully he knows what he's doing out there.
On that last play, Chucky Smith carried rather than Britton. Here's Laborde back to pass into the flat this side. The pass is caught, I believe, yes, out of bounds at the 29, 30-yard line. A great reception by Brooks Greer, Jim, as he caught that pass from Laborde on the near sideline, and the Rebels have a first down, I believe. They'll have it at the 34. It will be a first down and 10, and a nice pass from Laborde, and a great job tight-roping that sideline by Brooks Greer.
Brooks Greer, tremendous hands by this young man, just a junior. Lane Laborde was a little bit upset. He got hit on the play by big number 77, and they were talking to each other a little bit, but I think eventually Lane just kind of pointed to the scoreboard.
First down and 10, the Rebels now. Their own 29-yard line. Laborde has Mark Banks at fullback this time, and he's going to take that ball and give it to Banks across the 30. Banks is out to the 33-yard line and hit down there. So Mark Banks, the younger brother of Tommy Banks.
Tackled by Bernard Ballard.
Carries. Bernard Ballard makes the tackle for the Neville Tigers. The Rebels have second down, about 7 yards to go, with 2:50 left in the game and leading 34-0.
Not many of the Neville fans still across the way, but when they hear Mark being announced, Mark Banks running the football, they're liable to say, oh no, not another Banks, because they saw plenty of Tommy Banks over the last 3 years, 4 years.
Chucky Smith is in at fullback this time again, and a fake by Laborde, pitching out to J.J. Johnson. He's pulled down the 35 after gaining a couple of yards. Of course, Chucky Smith is a transfer from Neville, and he has seen a little play
Tackled by Nick Lavender.
That time, J.J. Johnson got it to the Rebel 35, where it'll be third down, about 4.
I'm sure Chucky is eager to run the football and do well, and I'm also confident that the Neville Tigers are kind of chomping at the bit to get a lick at it.
Well, he's had one carry. I called it principle. He did carry the ball one time, and Chucky Smith is still in the game at fullback. Third down, about 4 yards to go. The handoff goes to Johnson inside. He has the first down. He makes it out across the 40 to the 41-yard line. That's a good run on the counter tray by J.J. Johnson.
I tell you what, the offensive line, some of the number 2s in there right now, but they're playing awfully well. Looks like number 82, Caleb McConnell. I see big Ryan Simone, 6 foot, 295 pounds. Number 62, Chad Grubb, still in at the center position. Josh Payton playing now, and also number 76, Landon Fleming. Those are the guys that I see in the football game, along with Jody Ledoux, looks like number 54.
And first down, West Monroe, its own 41-yard line. Give it to Banks and across the 45, and Banks is to midfield. That's about a 9-yard gain by fullback Mark Banks.
Mark Banks in the carry.
Here, the midfield strike with 1:15 to play in the game.
And these are the number 2s, a lot of the number 2s playing for West Monroe now. And they're moving the football pretty easily against the number 1 Neville defense.
Second down and less than a yard.
Second down, less than a yard needed for the first down. The ball just shy of the midfield stripe. Banks the fullback, and Smith the fullback, and he gets no fake, and a pitch out, and it's on the ground. Fumble, scramble for the ball, the 40-yard line. Did it go out of bounds? Let's see. It is still West Monroe's ball. Neville trying to get to it, knocked it out of bounds, and West Monroe maintains possession.
That was Adam Barfield in at the quarterback position, and he and J.J. Johnson could not hook up on that pitch. It's a big loss that night for the Rebels. But still, they avert the turnover, and that's something that the West Monroe has not had in the last couple of football games, and that's a turnover.
Clock stopped on the out-of-bounds play with 46 seconds. Adam Barfield will remain in the game at quarterback as he brings his team up. Mark Banks will be the fullback, and J.J. Johnson will be the tailback. Rebels on third down and 10, their own 40-yard line. Give it inside. Chucky Smith has it. Nothing doing. He stopped at the 40. As the clock runs down, let's check in again with Bill Nard.
We stopped at the line of scrimmage. Fourth down.
That's just an overall tremendous win. Another shutout for the West Monroe defense, and a tremendous win for the West Monroe.
Great job offensively, both sides of the ball. And the Rebels are not going to come out of the huddle, I don't think. The clock is going to wind down. West Monroe is defeated. The Neville Tigers District 2 5A game of the year.
And Frank, I think the story of the game was that the West Monroe Rebels just simply dominated the line of scrimmage both